down from the mountain, she found her true colors. Landed in Texas, but she's still drawing hollers. Rashelle's her name, and she's the real deal. But don't blink, cause the art's for real.
Hey y'all, welcome to the first episode of the podcast. I'm Rashelle Stetman. I'll be your host. This is very new for me. I've been wanting to start a podcast for years, and it always kind of felt like it wasn't the right time. But I realize if I go with that, nothing in life is the right time. So as there's been several shit shows in my life and also some really wonderful moments have happened, I'm like, I think this is just a good time to connect with the people. I am a professional artist and a tattoo artist. I've been doing this for several years. I've been doing custom art for private and commercial clients for over a decade now. And it's given me a lot of insight on how to work with people and things that I've noticed in both like just the psychology of working with people and the things I've noticed about myself that, come down to boundaries, business ethics, keeping your word on things. There's a whole lot of things that tie into different relationships I have in different moments of my life with people. And a lot of that's come from career stuff, but also just some strange personal stories that I have that will either leave me crying happy tears or just tears. So I'm really happy to have you guys here to really just open up and be vulnerable with you. So some things that I'm going to talk about are obviously my career and all the different kind of avenues I've gone down with art and, some of the people I've worked for and companies I've created art for, shows I've had, events, things like that. But really more the interesting stuff is the stuff behind the scenes that I've never really shown. There's like this whole other story to my life that if I could put it into a few simple words, people say, Rashelle, your life is a Netflix special. And they wouldn't be wrong. It's absolutely the weirdest, most wild life. And then sometimes I'm like, when's the last time that I left the house? So it's just kind of all over the place. But I am a deep feeling, opinionated, I would like to think intellectual woman that has a lot to say and a whole lot to share with you. So when I am not in the studio creating paintings or drawings or tattooing clients, I'm usually on the road wandering with my 2 dogs, being a cave woman. And my life is typically the opposite of how it is when I'm in studio. So it's unplanned. It's like, I don't know where I'm going to sleep tonight. Where am I waking up tomorrow? Trying to keep track of like, do I have enough dog food? Like, it's just kind of this very thrown together living life by the moment kind of thing when I'm on the road. And I love it so much. It comes with so many different things that there's a lot of change in mindset just because you're living so vulnerably when you're on the road. There's a lot of, you don't have anything guaranteed, right? The weather, the traffic, circumstances of who you meet. And that's kind of the greatest part about, the people that you meet and the experiences that you have are all these very unintentional, inspiring moments that then when I come back to the studio, I'm able to pour that into my work. And I thought over years of doing that, because I built out 2 vans and this is the second one, and it's like the best experiences tend to be when I'm like on a river fly fishing, or I decide to be like a dirt bag with one of my girlfriends and we like camp out of the van and drive all over and like camp all over. It's so freaking fun just to not care, to just not care. Like, I give so many shits about everything that there's something about when you hop in that driver's seat and you're like, let's fucking go. Like, it's amazing. So that ends up inspiring a lot of my art. And it's actually led me to so many interesting moments in my life, like meeting people and what dating's life. What dating is like on the road is so interesting because you'll randomly meet people and the guy will ask you like, you want to go to dinner tonight? And you're like, I guess I have no plans. So it's really interesting just the people that you meet and the conversations you have. And sometimes it can go really great. And sometimes it can be the weirdest fucking thing you ever did in your life. And you're like, I check, please, like I just got to get out of here. So this podcast is kind of going to be, it's going to be a show about my whole life, my experiences, my stories, very, very vulnerable, opening up. I will be talking about things I have never talked about before. By design, because I never thought I'd actually speak about sex. I never thought I'd speak about dating, like really opening up about like ridiculous things that could seem embarrassing. And they are. But I also think embarrassing content is the most relatable. How many of us have felt that way a time or two in our lives? I feel that every week. And sometimes I don't even leave the house. So it's like, that's between me and God, it's just some weird stuff. But in a moment of life where we're so lonely, like I just feel like the human condition, the whole energy is just like lonely. We're all on screens anyway. Why not take this time to connect with you guys on a deeper level that's more real? Because I've stayed kind of behind the curtain on, okay, I'm going to put out just art and professionalism and this part of my life, but it's just one part. And I started to find that over a decade of doing that, I didn't really know who I was outside of art. And that started to concern me, where I looked back at relationships and I was like, hello, I'm the problem. I did not pour into relationships the way that I feel they deserved. I did not notice my part in things the way that I feel like I should have. And in turn, I think I woke up to realizing why art was my sole focus, because it's not really arguing with you back. It's not putting up a fight when you're shading a sky or drawing someone's face, because it's muscle memory. It's the thing that I know how to do. It's where I feel very confident and comfortable. And I think when you stay in that realm too much, you can limit yourself on the amount of growth that really can happen because you're doing the same thing over and over. Isn't there some type of saying it's like insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different? I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm like, oh, it's so crazy that I'm single. Like, it's not fucking crazy now. So I really want to take 2026 to broaden my life and not have it just be this very, work from my home studio, be kind of like this little, like it feels like little chick energy. Like I'm not really like doing the big things. And even when I leave the studio, it's like I'm still traveling solo most of the time. So I just really I'm craving connection with people. And I feel like in Twitch streaming and live streaming, I feel like I've got to connect with people in this really wonderful way where I see where people directly disagree with me and then they agree with me and go, oh my gosh, I so feel this. And it just feels like you're not as lonely. Like when it really comes down to it, there's a loneliness epidemic and I'm in it and I don't want to be. But when you work from home, which so many of us do, it feels like, what I want to do is I'm going to turn on YouTube today and I'm going to watch 5 of my favorite creators. And I don't watch them, but I listen to them as I work. And I feel less lonely because I had some type of social interaction, even though I didn't. But I feel like I can relate to them. And that's such a beautiful thing that we do have. So it's like if you're going to use technology and screens, you might as well have some good come into it and connect with people through it. So that was kind of my way of being like, okay, stop waiting for the perfect time. Life doesn't come in the perfect time. I just think you have to make things happen. You have to put one action forth and go, okay, this is what I'm doing now. So I will be sharing some deeply personal things that I never really thought I would, but it is funny. And some of them are really sad. And I think that people don't know a lot about me because I have tried to lead with the art for so long. There's definitely some childhood family trauma. There is, we got some of that grouped in there. We got some failures, major failures in business. We got huge successes, incredible clients, stories that will blow your mind. There's been times I was almost killed. There's been so many things I've witnessed and been through that I feel like when you are listening to someone who's been through something that you've been through or lived something that's a similar experience, you come away feeling like you kind of almost had like this weird like third-party therapy session or something. And so that's kind of what I want this to be for me and for you guys, is this getting to know each other and developing, for me, a community of people that I feel like genuinely connect with me, because I don't have that a lot. And the internet is a scary ass place, man. Like, people are not the friendliest. And then there's really friendly people where you're like, I think I might have to get a good restraining order on this one. So there's like no gray area. And then there's just, friendships that you get over time. And that's pretty wonderful. So in having to grow up fast, I've learned that independency is one of the most amazing things, but it also can deter people from feeling encouraged in being part of your life, because it kind of puts up this weird wall. And I'm genuinely trying to knock the wall of like vulnerability down to just be wholeheartedly myself in a place that I'm not censored. And I have a potty mouth. For fuck's sake, do I have a potty mouth? It is so bad. I was on someone's podcast recently, and someone paid the producer, what was it, $25 or something, for every time that I said fuck. And I'm like, fuck, that's not good. So if you aren't great at listening to someone who curses like a sailor, this channel might not be for fucking you. So just keep that in mind. I just want to like warn people ahead of time. But if you wanted to send me $25, I can give you my Cash App too. And yeah, so that's kind of the channel. It's going to be, or the show, channel, podcast. It's going to be a lot of everything. And there's going to be days that are emotional and funny and devastating, and I'm pissed about something. And then there's going to be days where I'm laughing my ass off because of some very awkward shit that I'm like, only I would find myself in this situation. And oftentimes, again, it's like, gotcha, bitch, But anyway, that's the gist of the Rashelle Stetman podcast, is kind of what a decade of experience in doing custom art for private and commercial clients has led me to, and everything in between, from personal to career. So I'm very excited to have you guys with me, and I can't wait for this journey.
Rashelle's her name, and she's the real deal. But don't blink, 'cause